I want to talk a little bit more about composition. So you look at the reference on your screen. First thing, I'm going to expand the canvas. Either make the drawing a little bit smaller or you turn the paper, right? Talk about the composition. The first thing, I would not rush to just draw the face. That is connected in other drawing that you've done. It's just a little bit too fast to get into, try to get something. You need to enjoy a little bit more of drawing, not just getting it done, it's drawing how the shape, how the abstract elements work together to create art form. So what I would do, I'm going to take this color, make it a little bit bigger, and I would actually try to capture this very beautiful hair right over here, like on this side, like that. I try to get that and even extend this into the top. Don't be afraid to add things to the drawing, like that. So I try to get something that is what actually connect with what you would, feel abstractively, is how it look interesting. So to me, this is very interesting. And first, don't look at the details or how the smaller hair, how they're moving. First, I try to get is the three shapes. How do you feel right now? Immediately, almost like one third, one third, one third. And I really like that the hair create the characters. Can you stay in this step a little bit longer, right? So I'm going to show you how I would start it. Okay, so I'm going to pick this color as the paper color. I'm going to just accept this. So they probably have a little bit clear idea how I would start the drawing. Is that fair? So big hair and would empty it in the middle. So this is how I would do after I taking care of this, the whole composition. I'm going to stay in this composition a little bit longer. I'm going to say have a little bit coming over here and a little line. Don't think about it as a person. It is just something, an impression of shapes, that how the shapes it connect together. So it's the first thing. Now, after you've done this, and you can do a little bit changes if you want. Oh, what about I'm going to have this a little bit more? I just think about abstract. How about make this a little bit bigger? How that's going to look? How about I'm going to make this a little bit bigger? So I want you to play with the ideas first. Play with the idea if this is exactly what you want before you move on to the next step. So this step-by-step process has become very important. You want to enjoy the beginning step. I think this is good. I like this kind of composition. It looks really abstract. Now I'm going to do a little bit more. We're going to divide it into light side and shadow side. I'm going to coming over here just like this. Divide that into two sides. So I'll make it a little bit lighter. And let's see. I'm going to now smaller shape. Like that. And also a little gray color over here, a little gray color over here, and a little gray color underneath over here. And a little gray color over here. Everything you see, they're just shapes. That makes sense? Okay. Right here. Just like that. And I'm going to have this even darker. So in this process, you don't see eye. You don't see nose. So I just put a little shape over here, make you feel like, oh, this must be a nose and it must be an eye. This is what the audience is going to connect with them. But For us, we're just only seeing the shapes, how the shape it would work together. And over here, probably this shape a little bit darker too. So focus on that, and a little shape over here like that. And you can change it from here on. Every step you can change it. So you don't need to be afraid of, because it's just charcoal. You can use the kneaded eraser and just lift it up. It's very simple. So now when you come to this step, you still want to deal with the feeling. You say, oh, do I like this? Or I don't. If I don't, you want to change it. So you're making sure that it's powerful enough for you to move on from here to the next step and try to finish the drawing to see how quick you can actually make things in a good shape. Now, when you get to this point, you might want to start doing some measuring, because you first have something that you really want to see, that you want to keep, that something impress you before you go into the technical process. The technical process is the measuring. The measuring has comparative measurement and angular measurement. First thing I'm going to look at the width and the height. And maybe I'm going to use a new layer. It's just for the measuring. Get the red color. So for the eyebrows to the chin, I'm looking at your photograph. I'm going to take a measure. Take the width and then compare with the height. How about that? Like this. Oh, it actually, from the eye line to the chin, it goes to the left to the right. And I know approximately the eye line's about here. Many ways that you can do the measurements. So I'm going to take this, rotate this left, and this the right. Okay, I got that. It's the right side, the left side. And now by looking at it, I can see from the eyebrows to the bottom of the nose, it's the same as from the bottom of the nose to the chin. So this is easy. And take a look at from here to here, you very much can divide it into 5. From here to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And basically the number 2 over here, it is the line under the upper lip of the mouth, right? Like this. And but however, the lower lip is a little bit bigger, coming down a little bit. So the bottom over here is a little bit, it's about 2, but it's not exactly twice as the lower lip. The lower lip is a little bit thicker, like that. The location of the eye, like this. And looking at the face, and now coming down, this is the start the very dark shadow side. Yeah, lots of members, they have struggle about the measurement. They feeling kind of they have to get into it, they have to finish it. And if we don't do this step correctly, if the proportion's not right, you can see the nose the same width as is the space between the two eyes and the corner to the corner. Maybe a little bit wider, but it looked like a triangle. You can see the highlight coming over here. This is like a triangle. And also I saw that in another drawing that you did, you need to check on the center line, which is last month we talked about that too. Center line of the whole thing over here, so that it kind of govern the center of the mouth and center of the nose, center of the eye, that become a little bit more consistent. Right. That's not hard. This step could be just for your mind exercise. I'm going to make it a little lighter. Now I'm going to come back to the step, the layers underneath. Okay, now we can start continue the drawing. I'm going to pick this color. Now the eyebrows. So over here, the eyes. Now over here, look at the eye, it's just a triangle. A little upper eyelid. And this is a little iris in here. I know you're doing a pretty good job in this step. You don't need me to show you this again. And now you can looking at this nostril over here, look like a half a circle, and coming on this side. And the eye, I usually don't leave the light area in the shadow side because I always can rely on the lifting to make this return that to be a little bit lighter. Very easy. But sometimes I don't want it to be too light. And the corner over here. So the whole drawing process is not that many steps. And it's supposed to be simple. I'm going to have a little big line over here. So on the edge over here, now I'm going to make this coming in a little bit more. Look at the whole motion from the line over here coming here, and then a little bit straight, and then move. Make the whole thing a little bit softer. I can use a blender to make it. And after that, I will use the eraser to lift up the highlight. It's much easier this way. Looking at the shadow, this a little bit darker. And over here, like this too. And now a little transition. Now looking at the transition over here, making sure this is strong enough, because if you make it too soft, it doesn't really convey the volume. Assuming it's the eraser. I put over here, coming down, and then pick up a little shape. And then also on the cheek over here, you can lift up the color. Just use the eraser. For the charcoal drawing, the best eraser there will be the eraser. It's very easy to pick up. So, and then pick up a little shape over here. A little bit over here too. Maybe a little bit. Make it even softer. Just pick up a little. And over here, make it a little bit. Pick up a little bit more. But you need to first establish the bigger shape and then look at the smaller shape. And drawing can be just this easy. It's just. And if you need to be softer, just use the finger to make it softer. But all you need to see is a different value of shape, how they're connected. And I also use the knit eraser to make, I'm gonna make this color. Knit eraser to create a little shape on the shadow side. Maybe a little bit, and then we can make the knit erasers a little bit smaller, and you can lift up a little light, and now I can lift up a little bit triangle at the corner, and I'll come back. Let's say use the dark color again, so which is where we use the charcoals. Let's see. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to draw the line back again. So you're getting more and more into the smaller details. But you first always come back to adjust the bigger shape, the bigger connections first from time to time, because there is two things that work together hand in hand to create the impression. Like over here, I also have the line connecting to here. And now come into the nostril over here, maybe a little bit lighter, and create a little line. And you can see this will be slowly and come together, but you don't want to jump onto the to the details too quickly. Okay, now coming to the side over here, maybe even darker. Right. Now at this point, and you can come back, say, oh, okay, I'm going to make a little details in here. I can see the line. Now I can make this line a little bit more precise, and then you can come into this called gradually coming into smaller and smaller. And now you can come into the hair over here. Oh, is this good? I just need to use a little eraser to create a fill line. Right, another line like this. Maybe make it even. Just use the eraser. And you can suggest that, okay, there's the hair, the movement of the hair. And the same thing, have a few dot over here, and then have a dark shape, and refine. First, you can actually use the blender to make it. We are on here, make it a little bit softer on the edge, which is supposed to be very good. Make it a little softer first, and you can leave the softness one. I'm going to take this color now. Now put a fill line, and now they're suggested, so we don't need to get into that too quickly. Let's take a look at before and after over here, and we're going to move this group together. Like, see, you are too focused on the face. Shadow shape is not strong enough because this is too close to on the other side, right? You need to somehow make it define the light side and the shadow side. Thus the whole shadow side need to be darker. Focus on the big shape before going to the smaller shape. Right? It's different. This process is recorded by my iPad. I'm going to put it up to your personal channel. So I'm looking forward to more relaxing portrait that you're going to do.